A very good evening, viewers. You are watching the car show with Anjum Malik on Voice of Toronto television. I hope everybody is doing well. And today is Thursday, and there was a gap of about a couple of few weeks that I was tied up with other shows. But we are back again on this episode, and welcome to the new episode of the car show. Uh, any Anytime I come in with this program, I like to bring on a lot of new information for our viewers who are out in the market to buy a vehicle or a lease a vehicle. But it's very important then when you are out there in the market to make a decision. And now the trend has been changing from the gasoline engines to the electric vehicles. But there have been some challenges. I did a show on Tesla, which was very well liked. I got a lot of response for that. And similarly, like those when I do the shows, it is important that when you make this informed decision about getting a vehicle, it is also very important you do a lot of research about the car you want to buy because you're going to keep the vehicle for next 5 years or 6 years, whatever. And based on that, in Canada, the maintenance is so expensive. So it is really important and crucial that when you make this kind of decisions, you do a proper research when you're making these investments. So all the time when we have started these shows, we have done a lot of manufacturers from Toyota, Nissan, Mercedes-Benz, and all the major brands, even Tesla. But today I'm going to talk about something new. But before I do that, if you are in a market to buy a vehicle and you have a roadblock, we have a collaboration with a lot of dealers out in the market, and we can help you to get into a vehicle, financing, leasing. You want to trade in your car, we can help you to do that. You can reach me on my personal offline number, which is 416-786-4881 after the show, or you can email it to me at voiceoftorontotv@gmail.com regarding the feedback on the show. And similarly, if you have a question regarding to finance or lease a vehicle, like I said, we collaborate with a lot of lenders out there and a lot of manufacturers and dealers, and we can really make a deal for you if you are interested in getting a vehicle. So during the program, if you have a question, our studio lines numbers are always on the screen, which is 519-923-5220. This is a number you can call, and you can ask me a question, of anything that you have in mind regarding this particular show, which is automotive show. So feel free to do that. Today we're going to talk about a new product that have been launched into Canada since 2007. Actually, it was founded by a Vietnam manufacturing company called VinFast, and it is based in Hep Hong in Vietnam, and it was founded in 2007. So it's a new manufacturer that have roots now in North America. They have roots in United States, in Europe, and in Asia also at the same time. And they are specializing in electrical SUVs, vehicles, sport utility vehicles, e-scooters, and e-motorbikes at the same time. So everything starts with an E, which is electronics, which is driven by batteries, and there is no gasoline engines in this car. It is not a hybrid vehicle. It is 100% electric vehicle. And so this is a manufacturer that is new, but the way they have produced the vehicle, I'm going to talk about that right now. It is very important, and then we're going to go down to the models and the pricing and all that. It is to do with any time a manufacturer is manufacturing a vehicle, uh, people in the market, when they're looking to buy cars, they look at the warranties on the cars. So generally, in a gasoline engines, the warranties are 4 years, 100,000 kilometers, or sometimes the manufacturer gives you 60,000 bumper to bumper warranty. on the gasoline cars. But when the electrical vehicles came out, the manufacturer thought about it that to have retention in the market, to keep people buying electrical vehicles, they need to extend the warranties on the vehicles. So on this particular car, VinFast, it's a beautiful name, VinFast. They came out with a warranty, which is a bumper-to-bumper warranty on the car for 200,000 kilometers for 10 years. So you can think that if something happens to the car from bumper to bumper, you are covered for the next 10 years. And if you drive maybe 20,000 kilometers per year, so average people drive 20 to 25,000 kilometers in Canada. So in 4 years would be 100,000 kilometers, and in 8 years it would be 200,000 kilometers. But if you drive vehicles little less than 25,000 a year, like 20,000 average a year for next 5 years, so this car is going to be covered for the next 10 years up to 200,000 kilometers, which is a great thing, which is not there out in the market. Number two, the battery that they have installed in this vehicle, electrical battery, it has the warranty of 10 years, which is also very, very large as compared to the other manufacturers out in the market. So this is the good part on manufacturer perspective, that you have the battery covered for 10 years and you have the warranty covered for 10 years. So this is the good part. Now, the vehicle itself comes with the sport utility vehicles, and it has then different models. And the models, they have small, mid, compact SUVs, and then they have mid-size SUVs, and then they have the bigger SUVs. So they have 5-seaters, 7-seater vehicles, and similarly the smaller compact. Similarly, just like sedan cars, but it is an SUV, sport utility vehicle, which is a little higher than the car. And based on that, they're all SUVs, basically sport utility vehicle. This is what it's called in Canada when people are driving a vehicles. So they have basically what it called a V5 model, which is a compact sedan SUV, smaller vehicle. Then they have V8, I'm sorry, V8, which is a 5-seater sport utility vehicle, medium-sized compact SUV. And then they have a V9, which is the larger SUV, which is a 7 basically passenger, 5-seater, 7-seaters, and so these are the larger vehicle, V9. Now, the pricing on the best model that they have in the market, the V5 is not sold in Canada right now, but the V5 models are starting at $19,000 only dollars, 19,500 USD dollars. It's not available in Canada. It's probably available in Asia, in Europe, because in Europe people drive very smaller cars because of the space and the smaller roads that they have in Europe. So you can't park the bigger cars on the street. So it is more popular in those countries. So it starts at 19,500 to almost 21,000 US dollars. But in Canada, the V8 and the V9 models are available. And how you can book a vehicle would be you go on VinFast Canada homepage website. In USA it's called vinfast.com. So in Canada is VinFast Canada homepage. So you can go on there. There's only very handful of dealerships available. They are corporate, and this is where you can go and test drive the vehicle, and you can book the vehicles with the dealers. There is one in Mississauga. So the V9 models, they are starting at about $56,000. A little steep, but this is what in Canada electrical vehicles start at, somewhere around 50,000 and up. Even with the Ford ones, they are similarly 45,000 and up. So it is in that range of $56,000, which is a five-seater. But if you go with the V9, which is VF9, it's a seven-seater. That's a little costly, about $77,000 Canadian. So, but what they're saying is that because of the warranties that it has, the, the manufacturer warranties, and similarly the battery warranties, it is worthwhile for somebody to drive this vehicle for 4 or 5 years, come back and trade in the vehicle back to the dealer. And probably at that time, another 5 years from now, there will be a lot of new models will be out there, and you can trade in and you can get another vehicle. Now it also comes with the roadside assistance program, which is also very lucrative. If something happens on the road, on the highways with this vehicle, you have the ability to call the towing company, and they are hooked up with the towing companies, and you get a free tow back to the dealerships. Now they have limited repair stations because it's a new product, and so you just need to be mindful when you're driving, how to tow the vehicle to the nearest locations where it is. Now, importantly, with the charging, because it's electric vehicle, so how you can charge this vehicle would be you can charge it at home with the 120 volts or 240 volts, depending on what you have, or you can buy a aftermarket third-party charger. VinFast also sells one for about $850. You can install at your home. And the VF8 model on the VinFast, they can go between 378 kilometers to 412 kilometer range. That's the range of the full battery. When it is charged, you can drive up to 412 kilometers with a full charge. And for a VF9 model, you can drive up to 518 kilometers, which is about 100 kilometers more, because it is a bigger battery, it's a bigger vehicle in size, and it can take 7 people, into the car. Similarly, they have the V6, VF6 and VF7 models, which are crossover models, and those models are also available in the market. But the most famous one right now are the VF8 and VF9. So these are some of the models for the VinFast. Somebody have asked me actually to do a show on this particular product. Last time when I did a show on Tesla, they said, Anjum sir, we want you to do a show on other electrical vehicles. So down the line, I'm going to talk about other electrical vehicles on the other shows coming. But today I thought that I will focus on this Vietnam product, which is becoming very popular in North America, in US, in Europe, and in Asia. And I have no idea what the Asian market or the prices are. But since we live in Canada, and then when you buy the vehicle in Canada, you have to pay in Canadian dollars. And $56,000 is the price for the VF8 model, $77,000 for the VF9 model. The V5 models are not currently available or sold in Canada, which is going to be very cheap actually if they sell it in Canada. So 20,000 Canadian dollars is going to be somewhere around 25,000 US dollar into Canadian dollars. So it will be somewhere around $28,000, which will be, there's nothing out there in the market right now in the electrical vehicles that you can buy less than $30,000. So if this V5 model comes in the market, it will outsell, it will sell fast because people will love it. The price, the lease, whether you want to lease it, you want to finance it. Somewhere around maybe $450 to $500, $400 a month. So that's going to be somewhere around that range, which will be very, very affordable. Now, when a new electrical vehicles come out in the market, any manufacturer new, there are always some downsides to it also. And the biggest downside on that vehicle would be the depreciation on the car. When you buy a car, there's always a उस पर depreciation होता है. As you know that when you go and return the car back or sell the car back, you're not going to get the exact money that you're looking for because it's not a readily available manufacturer in the market. But so that could be one of the things. The other things could be that the electrical issues, or maybe the issues with the your entertainment systems, the technology, the way it has been designed, because it's a new technology. So it could be those things also. But then once you have a 10-year warranty on the car at 200,000 kilometers, so if anything happens bumper to bumper, except the wheels, except the wiper plate, anything that is wearable item, वो चीज़ें cover नहीं होती हैं, they are not covered. But other than that, anything happens with the vehicle bumper to bumper, the manufacturer does cover it. So you take it to the dealer where you bought the car from, and something happened between now and 200,000 kilometers within the next 10 years, which is a huge time. Nobody drives a vehicle for 10 years in this country. People like to take a later model car, change cars every 3 to 4 years, or maybe the maximum 5 years. So this is one of the great advantage, having a much bigger, the warranty on the car and the warranty on the battery, basically to bring the car back to the dealership. So I thought that I'll chat with you guys today on this particular vehicle. If you have any questions, you can write to me on voiceoftorontotv@gmail.com. If you are in a market to buy a car, you want to buy a used car, a new car, you want to trade in cars, you drive any manufacturer, really doesn't matter. We can help you. We have collaboration with a lot of lenders to finance you, even if you have a bad credit, you have a challenge credit, you have a consumer proposal, you have a bankruptcy, no problem. You can pick up a phone, give me a call after the show at 416-786-4881, and or send me an email and at voiceoftorontotv@gmail.com, and I will be able to help you out into securing a vehicle for yourself. If you're an Uber driver, you are a taxi driver, it really doesn't matter, or you have an old car that you're driving, because with the old cars, you can trade in the cars, you can save on the taxes when you get into a new car or into another used car. So we can help you with that. Like I said, I'm just a phone call away, 416-786-4881, or send me an email to voiceoftorontotv@gmail.com. And apna khayal rakhein, and I'll come back to you again with another exciting episode of The Car Show with Anjum Malik. Till then, bye-bye. Assalamu alaikum.